DJ such and such on the ones and twos. What's up, everybody? Boom. It is November. My goodness. It is November, y'all. Welcome to the GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, arts, esports, music, film. We getting it in, y'all. Shouts out to Atlanta Braves. They just won the World Series, brought another championship home. It's been a while. Because when I was a senior in high school was the year they won their first one. They brought another one, so they shut down the city for a whole parade for everybody. And I was talking to my mama. I was like, look, mama, they didn't let us out of school. But I mean, they were closing schools left and right. We got phone calls from my daughter's school, my son's school. They were like, listen, the Braves got a parade coming up, so we got to shut down school. So I said, I guess I'll give me a holiday. I talked to a lot of my teacher friends. I was like, hey, y'all better thank the Braves for an extra day off of work today. They were like, you better believe it. Thursday, when I was picking up kids, they were like, it's time to go, y'all. Get on out of here. That was their Friday. But again, big shouts out to the Atlanta Braves. They did their thing. And that just goes to show you never know how you start. Ain't about how you start, it's about how you finish. We seen that in the NFL. A lot of teams started out on fire, but now they slowing down. They cooling off, and then got other teams that were cold. They starting to heat up. So you never know. I like it like this because it gives you parity, makes it more interesting in the sports realm. So without further ado, it's the gaming segment of the GameFi podcast. We're having a good time here at the LivehiphopDaily studios. GameFi, gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. Getting into it, gaming. Had a lot of things going on over the weekend. Some new video games hit the stage. Call of Duty Vanguard came out. They had a little thing over at Access Replay. Shout out to Access Replay. They did a event where another champion for Atlanta, the Atlanta FaZe Call of Duty team, pro team here, they won the championship. So, with them, they had a chance to, get the accolades. They've been working hard, and so we had a good fun playing Vanguard out there. I'm like one of the worst Call of Duty players there is. But I actually got a few kills. So, this one does move a little slower, or maybe I've gotten my chops up to where it doesn't move so fast, but I don't think I did that bad in it. But so it was fun. So that video game came out. The gaming industry in Atlanta is booming. Everybody is contributing. Everybody's coming together. We also just had our official event launch of the Morris Brown, Ronald Floyd Thomas Center for Esports and Innovation on the campus of Morris Brown College. And we had the tournament there. We were playing Call of Duty Warzone. Shouts out to the Taylor, the one-armed gamer. She came in and she laid it down, man. She had over 10 kills. It was a duos, and her partner only had 1 kill, so she carried it, and she won the tournament. So she's awesome. 12th grader. So she's an awesome young lady. And she, it was funny. She was talking a little bit of trash and everything. She came in there with a t-shirt on with a logo on the back. She was ready for the game. So everybody know who she is and what she does. And so she killed that. And she won tickets to our Gamers Read finale, where we were gaming with the Atlanta Falcons over the Falcons game. Unfortunately, the Falcons lost, but we did have fun with the crowd. Had a lot of students to come out. We toured the center, and they learned about the program and the esports degree program that we got going on. And a lot of students were like, okay, this looks like maybe that's where I want to go to college. So, we helping to make sure Morris Brown is on the map, because we had some dark days in the past, but, we got the lights back on at Morris Brown. They've always been on, but now we flashing. So everybody's seeing all of the cool things we got going on. Shouts out to Dr. James, Kevin James, over there at Morris Brown College. I'm actually I'm part of the esports degree program. I'm a professor, so I'll be teaching this spring. So my first class is coming up soon. I'll be doing esports 101 and 102. So if y'all want to know how to get into the industry, how to be a part of what's going on, it's not just about esports, it's about gaming altogether, which is why I'm talking about it on the GameFi podcast, because game design, shoutcasting, broadcasting, what we're doing with the podcast, radio, online radio, television, movies. I mean, right now, they're in the center right now. They're filming something over there. So I don't know right now, it's on the hush hush. Can't say what's being filmed. When they come in Atlanta, they turn these different areas into, different sets and whatnot, but it's cool. So Morris Brown College is open for that, and that's helping to bring money into the school, because not only that, the quad filmed there. They use a couple of buildings there on campus, and so it's always cool to see, that happening, and, the local colleges and universities, especially the HBCUs, being able to take advantage of, the boom that's going on in the filming industry. So, but that is also still, again, like I said, a part of digital entertainment, which gaming is a part of. So it's real cool to see it happening. You hear about it, you may drive past it, but to actually see it happening, it's a real, real cool experience to have. So that was a lot of fun. Shouts out to McDonald's and iHeart Media. It was the McDonald's HBCU Showdown. And so they gave money. We got a donation of $3,000 to Morris Brown College for the esports program. Then we also had two of our esports students to receive $1,000 scholarships for them as well for their education. So, we're very serious and intentional about what we're doing for the young people who want to be in the industry. So we want to make sure we train them and we fill those jobs and those positions that are sorely needed and open. Because, when I was young, we weren't really told about all those different opportunities. Music was booming, but it was still being built at the time back in the 90s, early 90s, late 90s. It was still kind of growing. And so you saw it. But now things are booming all across, and so to be able to make sure that we bring in those opportunities for the young folk is something that we have to do. So shouts out to everybody. If you want to know any more about esports or the digital entertainment industry, please, you can contact me, Coach E at Morris Brown, Eric.Thomas, ERICH.Thomas at Morris Brown EDU, Morris Brown EDU, .edu, or you can hit us at Pharaoh's Conclave on everything. You can find us or find me at the GameFi podcast if you have any questions. So that's pretty cool. So I think we got a guest coming in here. You probably hear him coming on to the stage. But that's the cool thing about Atlanta, in the studio, you never know who's showing up and who's making it through. All right. So, hey, that's the game. And I don't know if I really have too much, game design. We got our program going on. We have our apprenticeship program going on. So y'all want to find out. And so we're about to have guests come up here and join us in just a second. Come on, have a seat right here. Throw on the headphones right here. Jump on in. This is how we do it. We're real laid back on the set here of GameFi podcast. So, we do our thing over here in the ATL. Where we make it do what it do. We're champions. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Aaron. I'm ex-cos. I'm a cosplayer, martial artist, musician, many other things. As I say, jack of all trades, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait, hey, jack of all trades. They say it's a master of none, but it's better than a few. That's that you got to always finish that one, man. Let folks know that it's a good thing, to have as much talent inside of you that you just do a bunch of little everything. So people know, because sometimes, when you want to do one specific thing, like when we started our company, we quickly found out that we had to do more than that one thing because stuff that we needed didn't exist. True. So we were like, you know what, we got to start everything. So cosplay, oh my goodness, cosplay. Well, you know what, we're going to shut it down on the gaming segment, and then we're just going to go ahead and start this one up right now. Yeah. Aaron, you right in on time because we're going into the art anime segment of the GameFi podcast here, where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So we're going to get into this cosplay talk a little bit about everything that you got going on. So you got our music right here. If you can think about it, you can see Naruto running or somebody running right here, getting ready to do their intro to the show. That's how this be. when I picked this track, that was kind of what I was thinking about when I picked this track. I said, okay, I can see it happening. I can see it happening, you know. So like some Dragon Balls here, something getting ready to come on, man. That's what it was. Man, Aaron,
That was lit.
You like that?
Oh yeah,
it was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Cool.
It was lit.
All right, see, I always got to get the opinions of my guests because I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing it right. I'm representing everybody. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this number one question. It's the hardest question on podcasting, man. Luckily, ain't nobody took this one from me because, I mean, this one right here gets the core of every individual that you meet and that you talk to.
Woo. All right.
So, Aaron.
All right.
When did you first fall in love with video games?
With video games, I would have to say when the Game Boy came out.
Oh,
honestly,
Game Boy
handheld. I mean, it was a hand-me-down, so we didn't go and buy it. But even before that, if you want to go a little bit further, I would say the Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Dreamcast.
Okay.
Street Fighter was like my main, like Street Fighter and Comcast, I think.
Okay.
Or Comcast versus Marvel or something.
Capcom.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. My aunt had that console, and I was just like, I fell in love right then.
Wow, man, those fun times. Those fun games right there. So you're a fighter, so you like the fighting game?
The fighting games, yeah, most definitely. Martial arts, with mostly Mortal Kombat, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, being a martial artist, you know, when you look at those fighting games and some of the moves, how authentic? Now, let's think about from the ones you saw at the beginning to what we got right now. How have you think it has evolved? Are they staying true to the styles that some of these characters are portraying?
Honestly, I think they have enhanced it a lot more, got more intensive. The tradition, like I said, the styles and everything, and then also the intensity has really increased over time. But in a sense, I would say at the same time, it's more of a performance and a show mostly.
Right. Of course.
And honestly, I have nothing against it because it's a more of a like showmanship for the art of that form or of that style. For example, TKD is more of like a sport type of feel to it, based out of Korea, obviously. And then, of course, you have Wushu, you have Shaolin and all that stuff. And, they show it because of the showmanship and the art for it, not based off of just the combat and just the simple moves. Like, back in Mortal Kombat was like, back in like the late 90s,
late 90s, yeah.
Late 90s, early 90s, or maybe, something like that.
90s,
yeah. So you already know, like, those are just simple block punches. And Liu Kang's,
it looked good though.
Like Liu Kang's, what's his called? His famous bicycle kick.
His
you know what I'm
bicycle
saying?
Kick, yeah, man.
But yeah, like you said, it's evolved over time, and then now it's becoming where, of course, you have the CGI and everything like that, where our trickers can now start to do their, for example, 540 kicks and their tornado kicks and everything like that. So it gives the game a little bit more of like a realistic type of feel, even though with all those trick kicks, I mean, you ain't gonna land that in a real fight.
Nah. They just gonna look at you and you're gonna throw it and then like, okay.
All right.
Oh, you might land it in a movie.
Right.
Definitely not a real fight. Oh man, that's funny. So what discipline are you representing? What is yours?
So I would have to go with Taekwondo. I have to go with TKD.
Okay.
Because I've been with it since I was like 7. I've been doing it for like 15 years. But I really started to get more into capoeira. I have
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Out of Brazil.
And honestly, I have to give, the props to Aaron Toney, the stuntman for Anthony Mackie. And he also did some Black Panther stuff as well, too, amongst some other guys that have done it out in LA. Just can't name them off the top of my head right now, but you know who you are. But yeah, just with that style and then with that flow, it's a broken, like somebody said, it was a broken martial art where it's just freedom of dance and freedom to express yourself through the art and through fighting. And then also, honestly, it really does help out.
It does.
Flexibility and everything.
It does.
But like I said, I have to rep TKD on this one because it got me through a lot, even the teachings and everything.
So I'm a real history buff, and so I remember I was in probably 10th grade in high school, 9th grade in high school. My algebra teacher, he taught capoeira, and so he and his son, we would go out with them, and we would meet up, and then we would start learning, and I mean, it's just the art form, and then we learned the history and everything behind it. And like you said, it was like a broken martial art, broken dance. The reason being is because the slaves in Brazil. They weren't allowed to learn how to fight. And so they had to do this dance, although they were teaching and passing down the fighting tradition. And so the slave masters didn't know that, but they were still teaching them how to be warriors. And so that was real cool way to see, again, an oppressed people having to come up with a creative way of being able to pass down from generation to generation things they were doing.
And that's amazing how we have, even with music and just anything of the arts, where we send subliminal messages that we are still passing on our history.
We got to.
We truly are like the people that survive, most definitely. You think you have us, exterminated or, cause mass genocide or whatnot, but yet we still survive and we still are here. So you know what? Kudos.
I mean, for real. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. So you said cosplay. All right. So we go first. Okay. Let's start out with this. What's your favorite anime? And then tell me what's your favorite cosplay.
Okay. Favorite anime, I would have to say One Piece. The reason why the reason why I have to say One Piece is because I grew up off of it. Saturday morning cartoons, every day on 4Kids TV, whatever, Sonic X used to come on, Power Rangers used to come on all the time. And like, for some reason, I was afraid of watching it at first because it was just like weird. Anime was just weird to me. But then as I got older and then like getting into cosplay, I started to appreciate it a little bit more because now, because back then we weren't so encouraged to look at anime and cosplay or do any of that. It was a forbidden thing for black people in high school.
Yeah, you were weird. You were weird or emo. The nerd. Yeah, emo. You're thinking weird. People be like, wait a minute, what you doing? They think you about to do something crazy.
Exactly.
But this is the day and age right now. You can get into it now.
Yeah, exactly.
All the way.
It's funny. It's just like,
and you're popular now when you do it.
Right, exactly. When you in high school, it was like, nah, that was the lamest thing that you could possibly do. If you played video games, that was probably like second. But when it came to anime or cosplay, nah. But now it's like the thing where if you don't have any of those things, you ain't worth nothing.
You lame.
You lame. Exactly.
At that point, you lame if you don't get down with it, man.
It's funny how it skipped like it skipped like a 5-generational gap, and then now it's like, oh, really?
Because I remember, I don't know how old I was, but the movie The Last Dragon, right? Yeah. With Bruce Leroy. Mm-hmm. He was thought to be lame and square and everything. But again, right now that's in. That's really, really in right now. So okay, I like it. So who do you go out? So your favorite cosplay?
Favorite cosplay. Oh.
Wait. Before you tell them, let's we gotta educate folks. Let everybody know what cosplay is, and then I want you to tell me your favorite.
All right. Cosplay is a wide range, but I'm gonna narrow it down to a simple thing. Cosplay
as best you can.
As best as I can. It's your creative idea of a character that you can portray in the community where, honestly, if you want to break it down, we grown folks playing dress up. If you want to look at it. Somebody told me, because we had a cosplay photo shoot with Cosplay Your Way yesterday, and somebody was like, you know what we really are? I was like, what are we? And he was like, we are grown folks sitting here dressing up as characters.
But honestly, though, to be honest, everybody that's out there in any kind of entertainment or anything are grown people playing dress up.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, grown woman playing dress up. Any rapper, anybody, grown person playing dress up.
Man, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Man, if we want to go back to those albums.
First, go back. Thank you for saying that.
We want to go back to those albums, man.
Parliament, Funkadelic, man, the stuff they was wearing. I mean, most Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, the LaBelles. Man, if you look, they were in cosplay. Straight up.
And we think that was just their style. I was like, yeah, that's their style. But now we have taken and adapted that to our, wardrobe of costumes and all that stuff. Now you see Michael's Thriller jacket almost everywhere during Halloween.
Oh, you're gonna do it.
You're right.
You're
exactly.
Gonna do it. You're gonna get your makeup. You're gonna go the whole man. So we used to, when I was growing up, we just used to wear, store bought costumes and stuff. And of course, when I got into college, I couldn't really afford the store bought. Yep. Then I had to be creative and go at mine. But I enjoyed, being able to take pieces around my house and really fashion them into something. And my son, when he was a little, one of his favorite shows was Face Off.
Yeah,
on the Sci-Fi channel, and so he was always coming up. He was like, "This is my reveal for Face Off," and we was like, "Okay, son, do your thing." So that is his tribe, his people. Quirktastic. We went to QuirkCon in South Carolina, I think it was North Carolina, a few years back, and when we dropped my son in that, he was just like, oh my God, and my daughter was just overwhelmed. They had a unicorn cereal party. Oh my God. And I was jealous. My wife and I, we were jealous because we didn't have that growing up.
Yeah, we didn't.
It was crazy.
And, and the one thing that I really love out of this whole cosplay community is the representation. Like now we can start to see, black kids and black, and even for us adults, like we can see that for our children now. Now we can pass it on to generation, like, yes, you can do this. And then it also helps in the film industry and everything else, music wise, to be open. Like, especially, I have not seen so many people of color go after K-pop like they are right now. And nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Ain't none at all.
And as a musician, that's great because we've always had that problem, even in the jazz world back in the night, like back during the swing era, where we would try to understand like the different techniques and the different sounds that come from different places around the world and try to incorporate that into the Americanized jazz that we have now, but now it's like, and I have to thank Wynton Marsalis for this one because I played on stage with Jazz and
What's your instrument? What's your instrument?
So jazz drums is one.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we about to cross over into segments, we're gonna sunset the art segment, and then we're gonna go ahead and start with our music segment.
Do it.
With that right there, that was a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue. Yeah. Here we go. I got y'all again. Y'all thought I was gonna get into it. Hey, one time though, I'm gonna have something ready for y'all when this drops next time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna work on something this week. So next Sunday, I'm gonna have something for y'all. But hey, GameFi podcast, we here again. My man Aaron over here. We are talking everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. So we just got through talking about the anime. And what was your cosplay?
My cosplay. We didn't even
talk about the cosplay. You know what? That's all right though. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna drop that on in here, and then we're gonna get into this music. We started segueing into music, and I'm a musician too. I'm a percussionist. So when you say music around me, I'll be ready to make that switch. I'll be ready to switch. So let's go ahead. First of all, let's get in this last bit. So your cosplay. What is your cosplay?
So my cosplay, I would have to say, man, that's a hard one. I have to go with Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
I just created this one from scratch. Like we didn't have no pattern, no nothing. We just
went for it,
and it turned out really well. I actually took some pictures out in Stone Mountain this morning. Doing some, so they should be posted up here probably the next couple days.
I mean, you gotta do it out there in Stone Mountain. That don't make no
exactly.
That's how it makes sense.
Exactly, right?
All right.
So that's the one right now.
Okay.
For me.
All right. That's what's up. Man. I fluctuate. I like Egypt. And I like anything African. So I'm always kind of fluctuating between, anything Egyptian to anything, Black Panther.
True.
And I've been staying there, but I did have a time where I was doing some crazy like horror stuff. I was enjoying that because I love horror movies. So if I'm gonna do anything, I still stay around Egyptian and Wakanda forever. I can't get out of it. But I'm always looking for something different to do now. Wait, did I do something? What was I? All my family, we did. Oh my goodness, it's gonna come to me because it's 5 of us. So we usually do like a family cosplay. I think one time we was the Incredibles. We did the Incredibles cosplay.
Nice,
and that was pretty cool. But the coolest one though really was our Wakanda when we did it for Dragon Con a couple of years ago. My youngest, his name is Eric. He wanted to be Killmonger. So my wife, I just started my locks, but like my wife has had locks for a while. My daughter has had locks for a while, and so she's in dance. So she has a lock ponytail that my wife made. So my wife took that lock ponytail, put it on my son's head, and had the straight Killmonger hair. I mean, he was killing it. Yeah. He was killing it. So
man, that creativity right there.
I'm telling you, that's what we do. Black folks are creative, man. I know. People of color everywhere around the world. Yeah. We know how to do that stuff.
Man, I would have said Black Panther, but man, it's just like you said, the whole vibe of everybody going after it, and so many different creative ideas. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to be generic with it. So
I love Avatar. Yeah. Avatar was one of my favorite. Matter of fact, the live action, that was one of the best live action adaptations of a comic book that I've seen in a while.
Talking about Avatar?
I'm talking about Avatar, yeah.
Man.
You didn't like it?
Honestly, no.
Oh, man,
I have to say that because Nickelodeon took a lot of elements out of the cartoon.
True, they did.
Which made it like very, very hard to watch. But what they are doing, and I'm hearing from like our martial art community and stuff like that, they've been throwing out some nice fan films, and then also they're trying to get Netflix to start to fund
now I like that. Now that's something that I've really been seeing. That so we about to cross over into all that. We about to just go straight into filming. But before we do, we're gonna finish music. Let's do it. You are a musician. What's your instrument?
So my instrument is percussion.
Okay, we got two percussionists. Yes. All right.
Grew up, you already know, in church, playing drums with the seat barely hanging over with the pedal that if you even had
you
one.
Basically standing up,
basically
playing.
And then growing up, playing up like amongst it was Pearl. That was my set. And then from that, gradually went on to Yamaha, and then played amongst DW, and done a lot.
Okay. Now you said you had a chance to play with Wynton Marsalis.
So I had a chance. We were a part of the essentially Ellington competition in New York. We went back in 2012, and then 2013 for my senior year.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a great honor. I got to meet so many great musicians. I'm friends with them now, like Walter Blanding. Who else? Vincent Gardner, trombone player. Wow. Chris Crenshaw. Yeah, I got to meet Wynn many times. Kenny Rampton, and then one of my, you already know, Ali Jackson. Honestly, Ali was him and Harlan Riley.
Wait.
Like,
how old are you?
I am 27.
How you get to meet all these folks?
Man, opportunities. And honestly, I was that kid where I would just jump and just do it.
Man, my best friend Corey, man, he be fanboying right now, first of all, but then he'd be just jealous of you. So the highlight of our musical career, it was the Atlanta Youth Symphony Orchestra, and we got to tour France.
Oh, that was nice.
We got to tour France. That was the highlight of our musical careers. After that, we just went to college, had kids, and that's about it.
Man, I'm about to, yeah.
But I mean, we still played because he was a drummer at his church. They were already church drums, so I would do the everything else. So I get the congas or the bongos. I would do some of the auxiliary stuff. I love auxiliary, so that was fun. And I marched in the band and stuff. So we got to live our dream playing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, y'all about to be really mad too.
Wait a minute.
I was about to say, because I play for the holiday specials down at Disney World with the first opportunity I got to play was snare drum with Becky G.
Really?
Yep. That was my first. It was Santa Baby. It's on YouTube, definitely. And then
I'm about to check that one out.
And then the next year, which was 2019, I got to play with Shaggy and Sting.
Nice. Wait, you played with Sting? Wait. How was that?
Man, that was a great experience. And then even with Shaggy, it was just like, been hearing this dude since I was a kid, but actually getting to meet him in person was like,
you done lived about this little 27-year-old done lived about 10 different lives.
I'm telling you. And then you haven't even scratched the surface of it.
Oh Lord, man.
All the way down to Jennifer Hudson, man.
He went down with the Jennifer Hudson.
I have pictures.
I got the receipts.
Right.
Oh my goodness, man. So we got a cosplaying musician over here, a martial arts. We got punching, kicking, blocking, cosplaying musician over here, man.
And trying to get in the stunts.
I was actually finna go into that. I was about to go into that. I was definitely about to talk about stunts because that's basically a natural progression because one of the ways we get to enjoy all these different martial arts that are out there, these different disciplines, is because of the stunt men and women that are out there putting on display for us to do. So we're gonna go ahead. And go into esports, and then we're gonna catch up. We're gonna catch up the film, and we're gonna get into all that talk right after that. This is what we're gonna do. Here we go. Yeah. y'all hear the music. You see drum major. He's going by. You see the majorettes. You see the dancing girls, the flag girls, the flag corps. You got the drummers coming in. You see them spinning their mallets, doing all their different things. You see the cymbals. You see everything. The bass drummers just humping, killing it. That's what this music invokes for me right here. That's why we picked this one. And it's all about esports because I'm used to classics. When I graduated Tuskegee, and I've gone to classics all my life and getting ready for those. And it wasn't just about the football game. It was about the pageantry. It was about the sororities, fraternities, the old heads, the alumni coming through, and just being able to see and breathe and smell, what the whole college experience was about. And I want to bring that to esports. I don't know. I think esports is ready for it. So we're entering the esports segment right now of the GameFi podcast. And so as the fanfare is getting to the end, we're going to go ahead and pull up esports. So earlier I told you all about the Ronald Floyd Thomas Center for Esports and Innovation on the campus of Morris Brown College here in Atlanta, Georgia. We had an event where we had a Call of Duty tournament. We had some Madden and 2K free play going on as well. It was sponsored by McDonald's. It was the HBCU Showdown, sponsored by McDonald's, and we gave away scholarships. We had a lot of students and parents and kids come through, and a lot of college students come through as well. So it was really cool. And our winner, Taylor, the one-armed gamer, she is off the chain. She was like, Coach E, I got a disability. And I say, first of all, let me let you know you are handicapable. You do not have a disability because you done came up in here and you done won a Call of Duty tournament playing with one hand. So she had 11 kills. She had 10 kills. I stayed 11 kills because her partner, she carried him. She probably helped him get that last kill that he got. But I'm just saying, that's how bad she is.
One hand.
She's doing it. And so, I'm like, man. And she won some tickets to the Falcons game. And she was like, you know what? I was a little tired, so I just gave him away, and I let my parents know I do this for you. I was like, look at you scoring points with your parents. She's a senior in high school. So she got her logo, her t-shirt, she streams. She's already ready. Yes. She's already ready for the next level. So we're gonna do everything we can do for her. Yeah. So when you were talking about tournaments earlier, have you ever talked about fighting games? Have you played in any tournaments before?
Any tournaments? That was the one thing I was not able to do during my time. Because a lot of stuff has happened. Music, obviously.
Right.
Everything.
Well, how could you? If you meeting all these folks, from all the different genres and all the different eras of music, you ain't got no time to play. Maybe you can play video games in your hotel room, but other than that.
I think the time I stopped playing was when I started getting in the band. Like, that was it.
Okay. So, when you talked about if you had the opportunity to play a tournament, what game would you say you'd be more proficient in to play?
Ooh, I would have to say Smash Bros.
Oh,
I would have to say Smash Bros.
Oh, my son might have something different to say about that.
Or we can Street Fighter. You could do that.
Right.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay,
one of those
for sure.
But definitely, I would have to say Smash Bros. On this one.
Okay, what? Be a stunt? What? Stunt devil
in a video game?
In a video game.
Where he do the CMI?
What's man?
Oh yeah, we're talking stunt devils.
Well, yeah. I said CMI. He looked like
that's what you meant.
I know what you said. I know what you meant.
I was like stunt devil. So CGI.
Yeah. So CGI.
That's why I'm like CMI. What are you talking about? The CGI. Right. So you talked about getting into stunt. So would you do that? Is that something?
Honestly, it's the same thing as if you were to film. Except you just got a whole onesie on with some dots.
Yeah, with the ping pong balls.
Exactly. One of my tricking idols, Sam, we call him the Flying Hawaiian. He's on YouTube, he's on Instagram, all that. Does the most insane kicks out of this world and flips and everything. He just got done doing something, I think, out in St. Louis, I think a couple months ago. And he's been doing a lot other stuff, and then of course y'all know Shaquan Pearson. He's been doing a lot of NBA. I think it was like NBA 2K. I think he just got done doing that. He has it posted on his Instagram. It's being a stunt double and doing tricks and stuff. It's crazy.
and I tell when it comes to career pathways, in game design, a lot of people just think about just hardcore coding the game, you know. But no, things have gone past that. Yep. That you actually need a stunt double, a stand-in to actually do the moves. The moves are so intricate right now. You know, coding to actually be able to program a computer to say to do a particular move would take years.
It does.
It would take years. So now the technology has gotten to the point where now they can just put the capture suit on you, and then they just go ahead and film you. And then they go ahead and render it into the game, and then you have what you need for the game. And so that's the same thing for movies. It just goes from there to there. Now, before we switch over to the movies, last thing on esports. So we're gonna have in February we have the Minority Service Institution Esports Classic and Conference that's coming up, and then in June we also have our second annual. We're going to have our second annual Youth Esports League Championship and Conference. And so, you know, fighting games are going to be part of that. Now, would you be willing to come out and not only to play and participate, but also to come in and do some demonstration and be a part? Go throw your car, you know, come on, tough it out. And, you know, come in and then show them what you're rocking with, and just to be a part, because we want to elevate this opportunity. Because for us, you know, under 16, you don't have a lot of competitions for them to be in. So we open this up to a lot of students to be a part and to see. So, you know, we want to make sure that, I know you said New York. So what you doing?
No, not New York. I'm actually from Wisconsin, actually. Oh. But I travel. But the thing is,
Wisconsin.
But I travel. Wow. So I was previously, like I said, you know all my story, but I was actually active duty military. I was Air Force. So I got to do a lot of traveling, stuff like that. I just got medically separated back in January. So now I'm like kind of living the retired life and traveling.
Living the retired life at 27.
I'm saying I just get to spend the time going to these cons, doing my cosplay.
Yep. That is
martial arts.
That is not fair.
It's not. It's not. And
but it's fair for you. It's wonderful for you. But for me, you know, I didn't get to start actually going to cons until I was married with kids, and I decided to leave my job as a teacher and to run our company full time. And now, because I'm in my company and that's what we do, you know, we're in this industry. I get to go ahead and do that. And everything. Living La Vida cosplay. Yep. I like that one. But that's cool though. And so so now you done lived another 20 different lives, because now you ex-military as well. So martial arts, military, music, cosplay. What else are you doing? What else you got going on?
Man, I told you, jack of all trades.
I'm telling you. So let's talk. Okay, so you know what? That's esports, everybody. We're gonna have him. Matter of fact, he's gonna come out. We're gonna bring him back so he can make sure that when he comes out, he'll get a chance to be a part of what we do as well with our esports championship. So now we're just gonna go ahead and take this on over into the film. Yeah. GameFi podcast, sitting here with Coach E and my man Aaron right here. We're talking everything gaming, arts, music, esports. Now we're getting into our film segment. Now this has kind of been leading up to this. We've been talking about a lot of things. We've been learning about Aaron, been learning about his 11 different lives he's been living in this world at the age of 27. I don't even know how he's had enough time to live these lives at 27. I mean, I can't, what was I was getting married at 27. I believe that's how old I was. No, I wasn't. I was having my first. How old was I when I got married? Let me see. I pledged at 24. Yep, I was getting married at about 27, 28. That's what I was doing. And this man right here already had lived 100 different lives. I mean, that is amazing. And so now as we go into our film segment, and of course we're being in Atlanta, Georgia, there's a lot of things going on in the filming industry. Very huge hub for that. But we've been in the digital entertainment game for a long time in Atlanta. And so all of the cool things that happen, I was talking earlier, they're filming something over at, and I'm saying something, over at my center, over at the Ronald Floyd Thomas Center for Esports over at Morris Brown College. But they've used Morris Brown as a set and backdrop for a lot of different movies throughout the years. So that's not anything new, but it's cool to be a part of it and to see it. See something that you've built and you put together be transformed and utilized in ways that you didn't even really think about. You thought it was possible, but to see that happen. And you mentioned something earlier. And we're gonna talk about your films and some debatings on some films and stuff like that. We're gonna get into that because movies is that's my judge right there. That's my thing. I am a movie person. But you talked about taking what you've done and wanting to go into stunt. Becoming a stunt man. So what is that? What I know why, because it's cool.
True.
Number one, it's cool. But how do you do that? What's the pathway to get into something like that?
I have to say, just like anything with music, like it's about who you know.
That's right.
Quite honestly. Somebody gave me a prime example at BlurredCon. I'm trying to think, it was Dave, call him Dave the O, or they have like called Fandom to Stardom or something like that.
Yeah.
And one of the producers had talked to me, and we were like, I think it was like breakfast that we were talking. And he said, all the moves and stuff that you guys do, like TKD and all the tricking and everything. He said, in the stunt world or when you're doing the filming, all that you know is dumbed down to like maybe 1%. I'm like, what do you mean? 540 kicks, unless it's called for it in the film, you don't need it. A lot of fake, and like I said, a lot of it, most of it, and 100% of it is choreography.
Right.
Familiarizing yourself with the movements and everything like that. And he was just dropping so much knowledge of just like really the simplicity of what stunts are. Yes, you have the martial arts side of that category, and then you also just have the regular side where you just fall off buildings or you fall, into different other, like onto other pads and stuff like that. And
anything that you don't want
exactly
the actor to do, anything that you don't want an actor to do or actress to do, then you have to bring somebody else in to do whatever it is that you want to keep them safe from, or just even it's not even that it's safe from, because a lot of actors and actresses, they want to be their own, they want to do their own stunts. But they can still, if it's not timed just right, you were talking about the choreography, then somebody could actually get hurt. I mean, we had a prime example right now with a prop gun. That wasn't Alec Baldwin, right? He was involved in that, and you have I think The Rock said, or somebody said they weren't going to use.
They were pledging not to use any live weapons or anything like that
anymore.
And I had this conversation with someone at the gym, and I was like, look, being military and going through courses with firearms, I said, regardless, that should have been cleared, even if it has been deemed, non, for usage or anything like that. You still clear it as if it was a live weapon, regardless, because just like that, there was live ammunition in that chamber.
I don't even know how. There are a bunch of checks and balances that go on the set. With anything, even if it's a blade weapon. Forget about a firearm. There's a ton that goes on with blade weapons. And with firearms, I know there's even a slew of more things that have to be done with those prop guns. I mean, it's just, it's unfortunate though.
It is very unfortunate, and you're going to come across something like that in any industry. Like, not like the weapon part, but anything of a mishap is going to happen some way, some form. May not happen tomorrow, may not happen the next day, maybe not happen next year, but it will happen.
It will.
So, but like I said, I was like, you have to go through the procedure. If you have a film that is not enough for your budget, or you don't have enough for the budget for the film, and you can't include safety as being the number one thing, then you don't need to have that film.
You don't need to have it. It makes no sense. And then a lot of people, when you were talking about even with the martial arts, things being dialed down, dialed back, a whole lot of different levels. Again, it's for safety, number one, and even with the construction, people, the things you see aren't real. So you have to be very, very careful that you're not thinking that things are going to behave the way that you think regular stuff will behave. It won't, and a lot of people end up getting hurt because they're not respecting the fact that you have to be very respectful for those things.
Yeah, you're right. And even with martial arts, like some of the stuntmen that I've went on I've seen interviews, and then I also peeped into their lives, asked questions. They were like, in the stunt industry, you have to have thick skin because directors don't know what it's like being not just a stuntman, or as a martial artist, anything like that, just as a person, knowing all these things. you have to be able to stand up for yourself for one. If you cannot do a certain thing, or the fact of the matter is that it's not plausible to do that in this film because of safety reasons, you have to verbalize that.
And if you don't, it's
because then that's when it comes into the whole like crisis that we have now with the whole film, like with the whole acting and stunt community, like going on strike about certain things of being underpaid, and also the working conditions and everything is because we are trying to verbalize and tell you, no, we are not going to, like, unless you're going to pay us more, we're not going to do the things that you want us to do in this film.
It makes sense.
Because we still have to
makes
keep
a lot of sense.
Because there's a lot of, strain on the body for us when it comes to like doing dive rolls are like the most safest way to land and stuff like that. But you still utilizing those muscles, and they will degrade over time.
You're exposing your bones. You're exposing joints to anything and angles. I've done some dive falls, and if you don't do it just right.
And if you fall the wrong way,
man,
I'm telling you, ACL tears. Oh. I mean, not to go back to sports or anything, but like I had injured my knee one time, but it wasn't like an ACL tear or anything like that. It was just simple pancake because I play volleyball. So landed on my knee and my elbow trying to do a pancake. Well, I landed the pancake or whatever, and we got it up. Obviously, we won the game. But the thing is that over time, it was just like, man, like, why is this hurting all of a sudden?
It's those repetitive sports injuries. When you do stuff time and time again, it may not hurt, but like you said, over time, you start to erode away your muscles, your cartilage, your bones. They start to wear down.
Exactly. So being a stuntman and just going through the motions, we have to take care of ourselves. And I honestly believe that this is the perfect opportunity for us. And then also the perfect opportunity for amateurs as well, too. Mm-hmm. Because those people that are, I'm done with this gig, I'm out of here. Guess what? Those are opening positions. So now we need to set ourselves up.
Right. And
you got to be ready to fill.
Yeah, you got to be prepared to get in there and do it the right way. And in sports, when they would go on strike, they would just pick up anybody off the street.
Yep.
And so you got to be very careful. Now that things are opening up, because they're going to start to want to pull in anybody that's willing to do anything. Yep. That the director wants, and so it's a lot of safety there involved. So and when you think about the industry, you think about the stunt person, but you don't think about the people who need to advocate for the actors, actresses, the stunt people, and then there's the crew. Yeah. In general, we just came out of that a little while ago. We were at a crew standstill with the crews because they weren't being compensated properly. They weren't being taken care of properly because, again, to do a lot of this work, it is just that it is work, and you should be fairly compensated for it. So you got to be able to learn. You got to learn how to speak up for yourselves. So as we get ready to close this episode, this has been an awesome episode, Aaron. Man, this has been great. So, how can folks follow you and find you and peek into behind the scenes of you to see all those 2011 lives that you done lived? Oh man,
if you want to, which you should. It'll be AXDC_cosplay. You can find me as Crawford Xavier under that and stuff. It will have all my music that I've done, like all the 540 kicks and stuff like that, martial arts. And then I'm also going to be producing a short film in my hometown next year as well too. So that's why getting into this whole stunt gig and everything. I believe like if you want to do something, you do it for yourself first to see where you are, and then enjoy the journey. Like, because even with my martial art journey, starting is just it brings so much enlightenment to yourself. And then when you go into these big industries and stuff like that, you come with ideas, you come with a dream, you come with things that you can also add, not to take over, but to add on. So as you're going through this journey, as I'm going through this journey, I'm like, let me try this out first, and then
that's what
finishing it out. Yeah, going to school for it too. So
Wow. What school are you going to?
Right now, I'm going to University of Wisconsin to do filming and creative writing. So,
gotcha.
I've just recently bought this book from I think her name is Carla Coach. I think she is a stuntman, I believe. It's called Fight Right, and just within the first couple chapters, the fight choreo, of how to write fight choreography, what elements to look for. It was just amazing. I thank her. She even reached out to me when I posted it, and I was like, thank you.
Wow.
You know, I definitely will have questions, you know, for real.
For sure. Because if you don't know, you got to ask somebody, you got to ask those questions. And I'm glad you said that piece as well, that you're going back to school, because again, you know, when we're talking about the digital entertainment industry, there's a lot of things that you need to know and you need to learn. And so, like I said, Atlanta is a great place. Obviously, Wisconsin is a great place.
It is, but you know,
to learn as well.
Yeah.
You know, you have Georgia State University here. You have Morris Brown. You have those are two biggies that I work with. Now there's Georgia Film Academy. There's you know, so many different opportunities across the nation that allows you to get into that. You know, when I'll be talking about Face Off a little while ago, and we talked. So there's a lot of the makeup side of the industry. You know, building the costume side of the industry. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen some cosplays that are ready for film.
Man,
they are ready for film. So I'm hoping that those young people who are designing are getting into that field, because it's wide open. It's still wide open.
It is.
So it's available.
Yeah, and then even just for cosplay, just in general, just anyone that's out there doing cosplay, it's your creativity. You know, it's your dream. It's your heart. That, like, I mean, it brought me out of a lot of things with out of the military, being separated. I mean, saved me from a lot. So use that as your, you know, as your passion. Use that as something to cling to.
See, I don't even have to ask for you to give any advice or nuggets, because first of all, I would have said, what would you say to your 20-year-old self? But you 20 and you already live like you 50 now. So you're already there.
I learned lessons from people that, you know, decide to want to make mistakes. And I'm like, okay, I know not to do that.
Hey, that's what I did. I was a little brother. So every time I would see my sister get in trouble for whatever she got in trouble for, I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to do that.
Let me go.
Or I'm not going to do it that way.
Right. And then sometimes, you know, you just have to trial and error. I don't believe in failure. I really don't. I believe in lessons learned. I believe in, you know, understanding what was going on, but I never believe in failure. The only time I believe in failure is when you quit.
That's it right there. That's it.
That's when you fail.
As long as, that's one of my mentors when I started my company, that was his thing. He was like, look, Eric, as long as you keep the doors open. He said it doesn't matter about how much money you make or how much money you're going to lose, because you're going to lose some money. But as long as you keep your doors open, you will always be in business. And so if you're always in business, you are a business person. And so you have to know your worth, and you have to treat yourself as such. So you can't be afraid of that. So,
enough said. You're right.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see where you go, what you do. So you already got a fan and a follower right here in me.
Well, thank you, man.
So I'm going to check it out. I want to check out your cosplay. I want to check out all the stuff that you've been doing. And when you get that film done, I'm ready. I'll watch it. We'll put together a watch party here in Atlanta, and we'll make it do what it do.
Pressure zone, but hey, look, I'm ready for it.
You do it when you need to do it. You do it when you need to do it. As long as you get it done, it don't have to be quick. It don't have to be quick. As long as you get it done, that's all that needs to be done.
You know, right now, like I said, it's just enjoying this journey and just doing it, man. That's what I'm about.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, there are the sirens. I'm Coach E. I'm here with my man Aaron. This has been a GameFi podcast where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. We had a lot of good discussion today. Thank you all. Shouts out to everybody that's been following, that's been asking questions, that's been coming on, my guests, sponsoring, all that good stuff, man. Make sure y'all stay in tune. Again, it's been the GameFi podcast here on the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia, making it do what it do. So, hey, peace up, A-Town down. You know what it do. We'll see y'all real soon. All right, now, we outie.